Hi, thanks for joining me today to make crepes. Crepes are a very thin pancake which originate from France. They can be eaten either savoury or sweet. Today I'm going to make some sweet crepes. So in the bowl I've got 1 cup of plain flour and I'm going to add in just a pinch of salt. This is sea salt. This just gets stirred in. To that, I'm adding 2 dessert spoonfuls of sugar. This is granulated sugar. You can either use caster sugar or granulated sugar. This is a nice fine granulated sugar. Now the eggs go in. These are free range eggs. So cracking them in, and then we're going to start mixing up the batter. So at this point of time, I just put in just a small amount of milk. It's roughly about 1.5 cups of milk, but you're advised to add the milk to suit your batter, not to measure it in. So what I'm doing here is a way that a lot of chefs make a batter. You start by mixing in the eggs and a little milk in the middle of your flour mixture, and as you keep whisking, keeping your whisk in the centre of the bowl, you just slowly incorporate the rest of the flour from the outside. So this gives your batter a lovely smooth consistency and it helps to avoid lumps. So you just keep the whisk in one place and just slowly add in the flour around the edges of the bowl. As you can see, the batter is very thick at the moment and I will be making it thinner in just a moment. I'm adding in here vanilla extract, which gives a lovely flavour to your crepes. That's about a teaspoon that I've put in. And then some more milk just to slacken your batter. You want your batter to be in the end about the thickness of double cream. So you just keep working your batter, mixing it in. As you can see, no lumps at all with using that method. Lovely smooth silky batter. And you just keep mixing it until you've got the right consistency. Here I've got my frying pan, and this is just an example of a crepe pan. Now this is my crepe pan that I got from my mother, but it's actually too big now for the top of my cooker after moving home. So I'm just using my frying pan today. This is the tool which people use to make crepes. And what you do is you just slide it over the top of your batter and that gives a lovely even flat finish. Again, this is for a large crepe maker that I do have, but I'm not using that today. So I'm just going to use the pan method, which is a simple method for home cooks. So I'm going to grease up the pan with a little bit of butter. Butter gives it a nice flavour rather than using oil. And here you can see the batter, no lumps and nice and silky and quite thin. There's a trick here to put it right in the centre. As you can see, I've not quite managed it on this one, but just going quite fast to just put it around your pan. So this is an easy and simple way without having to use the correct tools or utensils. So the batter starts to dry off quite quickly, and just like making other pancakes or similar items in the frying pan, you just want to wait until it really starts to cook through, and then you can just check just a corner just to see if it's starting to darken. So I'm waiting for a little longer. And now it just gets flipped over, and that's the type of surface that you want on your crepe. Now I quite like my crepes light in colour. You can cook them a bit longer and make them darker if you like. So it's just a case of waiting until it's ready. And then I've got a piece of kitchen roll on the plate, and that just helps absorb any moisture from the heat of the pancake and the cold plate. So it keeps them quite dry. You don't want them going soggy at the bottom. So just checking it's ready and then just flipping over. And here you can see I've finished making my pile of crepes. So they're nice and soft consistency, you don't want them hard, and they're nice and thin. This is Nutella, which is often eaten with crepes. Nice golden syrup and also raspberry jam. You can use any toppings that you like, but what's quite popular in France is fresh lemon juice and sugar. So that's what I'm going to make today. Now if you've not tried this, it's lovely. You get the tartness of the lemon and that's then sweetened with the sugar. It's a very simple way to do it. We ate these when we were on our honeymoon in a place called Menton in France, in the south of France, and they were lovely. So just a quick sprinkle of sugar, and then you just put the lemon juice straight on. You just squeeze it on as it comes, and then they're normally just folded into the traditional triangle. And that is how you make a French crepe. So I hope that if you've not tried crepes before, that you can try them after watching this video. Here's another picture of the crepes, which were really, really nice. So thanks again for your support, and you can subscribe to get notifications of new videos. Thank you.